guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title, we will be doing a Wigan Athletic past and present team. Now, I've seen a lot of YouTubers like Nick28T do this with like Ajax and Liverpool, big YouTubers do it with their teams, so I thought I'd do it with mine, as I am a Wigan Athletic fan, which I haven't informed you, or you might tell by the Will Griggs on Fire video with the Will Griggs top. Now, getting into this, we'll not show the starting level, we'll show the bench, and we'll go through the players. Victor Moses spent, well, we actually purchased him, I think, but then sold him off to Chelsea, which is very disappointing. His first goal was against Hull City in a 2-2 draw, where he did his back foot celebration. Now, Bar on the whole, only spent a short-term loan at Wigan from Chelsea this time, although wasn't as big as a player he is now, as we were low Premier League and he was just coming up really as a football player. Now Valencia, he was playing for Wigan for a good 4 years or more, and he scored an absolute belter at the VW Stadium, which made it into the top 10 Wigan Premier League goals, and it's now done well for himself. It was one of our record selling players, selling him to Manchester United, as you can see, and he's been there ever since. Oh, now Emil Heskey, he was at Wigan, and to be honest, despite everything that goes on about Heskey, he's not a bad player when he was wearing a blue and white jersey. He was actually a decent player, and to this guy, team of the season, Andreas Grankovist. Sadly, when I was a Wigan fan, I didn't start watching when he was playing, but as you can see by his pace, and obviously back then he was a sluggish character. Now Jody Gomez is a player that is rumoured to be coming back to Wigan from Sunderland after being on a loan spell from Blackburn Rovers, so potentially that could do something well, and in my eyes, he's one of the best players that I've seen whilst watching Wigan Athletic Football Club. And moving on from him is the absolute bitter joke Aruna Kone, who is playing now for Everton, which has somehow managed to steal a wage there, and he's managed to get an upgrade card on FIFA, which is an absolute disgrace. Because at Wigan, he netted about 10-11 goals, but other than that, it was an absolute disgrace, and it was absolutely appalling. Although we did sign him from Levante, which did hype him up, considering it comes from the league at BBVA. Moving on next to McCarthy, who signed from the Scottish League when he was a young age. He was disappointing in his first few seasons, but once he got cracking, he did get cracking, scoring an amazing double over the defender volley past Blackburn Rovers, which was fantastic, right in front of our stand, which was a fantastic goal. And look at him now, he's got himself into the national team for Ireland, and he's not doing bad for himself. Now we've got Charles Nzogbia, who scored one of the best goals I've ever seen to win us a game, 3-2 at home to Arsenal. Fantastic game, 2-0 down, scored 3 in the last 10 minutes. As I was saying about Nzogbia, he scored one of the best goals I've ever seen at Wigan, finessing it round Fabianski, who was the keeper at the time for Arsenal in a 3-2 victory, where also Ben Watson scored and Titus Bramble, but we'll get more into that. He was on loan at Wigan and only scored one goal, which was a header in a 2-1 loss against Hull City, which was a disappointing player at the time. I think he was a youngster on loan from like Man City. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but he wasn't the most entertaining player to actually watch on the pitch back when we had him a few seasons ago in the Premier League. Now moving on to a present player, our first in the episode is David Perkins, who is the white N'Golo Kante. I'm not joking, he runs the world in 80 days. Despite going on planes, he can run it. He's stamina for days. Absolutely fantastic player. Scored no goals, which is no surprise to anyone who actually heard of David Perkins, which everyone in the world should have. But he's an absolutely fantastic player. He won like 3 awards in the Wigan Athletic 2015-16 award ceremony. It's an absolutely fantastic credit to have in the squad. And moving on to James McArthur, who did sadly have his FA Cup winners medal stolen, but that's a good credit he had. He won the FA Cup with us back in 2013, and he was a great player. Left us sadly Crystal Palace at the start of 2 seasons ago, which was disappointing. Now moving on to the manager, Roberto Martinez. It's the only old Wigan manager I could find on FIFA, and in my opinion, he is an absolute joke. He's absolutely disgraceful. Bad manager. He won us the FA Cup in fairness, but he got us relegated, and he didn't have a clue, in my opinion. And look at him now, he just dropped further, goes to Everton after getting relegated, and what was happened there? Bad club. They've had a disappointing season, and moving on to the starting 11. Chris Kirtland, the man himself who used to wear the famous baseball sun cap, you could call it. He would always wear that for some reason to stop the sun going in his eyes, but it didn't make a difference because he was friggin' useless anyway. I think it was 2 whole seasons when we first joined the championship. He was there the season where we finished in the playoffs and then left after we got relegated to League One. He was an alright player, scored a few good goals. He scored against Blackburn Rovers from range and salvaged us a 3rd home win of last season after about 7 or 8 months without a home win in a 2-1 win against Brighton Hove Albion. Next we have the man mountain, the 78 physical is an absolute disgrace. He should be about 94. He rips through men like I rip through jam donuts from the co-op. He is an absolute monster. 69 is irrelevant. He's an absolute beast, and he's just, anyone on the ball will get stopped by him immediately in his tracks. Now Tyus Browning is only in the starting 11, as you can see, for a bit of chemistry with Baines, because he was only on like a month or 2 loan, and he was absolutely disgraceful. He's just there for the name, really. Because Wigan and Everton, they're always signing players off each other for some reason. We give them all our best players, and in return they give us all the rejects. However, there has been a few players we have got from Everton who I will go on about in a minute, who has actually been successful. Moving on from him, we go to a player who has been very successful after leaving Wigan Athletic, who have basically made this player back in the Premier League JJB kits. We had Leighton Baines, absolutely fantastic credit. Sold him off to Everton, and look at him now. He's playing Premier League football and he's one of the biggest left backs in the world, if not in the top 10 potential. Now this man needs an honourable mention for biggest legend who Wigan Athletic have ever had, as Ben Watson scored as the winning goal in the 2013 FA Cup final against Manchester City in the 91st minute from a header from Sean Maloney cross. Fantastic scenes, amazing atmosphere for the Wigan fans, and it's just an honour for the town, really. So as small as Wigan to win such a major trophy. Moving on to Callum McManaman, good stats in a card. He's playing in the Premier League, however could be making a return back to the Championship to Sheff Wednesday potentially on a loan, but Wigan have shown some interest in the right mid. He didn't have the best attitude and he was a bit selfish on the ball, but he's a credit and he's a good lad for the club to have back. But he's not as good as this lad, Yannick Wilshere. 83 pace is a massive understatement. The shooting is overrated, it should be about 12. He's got an appalling shot, but he's got about 99 pace in my opinion. In League One, he was taking on people like Dickinson from Port Vale on for fun. Knocks the ball around him and he can run 80 yards before anyone else can get the ball. He's an absolute beast and he should be playing in the Dutch national team over half the players, because he's an absolute monster. Now moving on to one of the best players Wigan had last season. I don't know how the team of the season most consistent card, because that's what describes him most. Consistent. Such a good performer week in, week out. Had a slow start to the season. He's Wigan's player of the season, in my opinion, despite Perkins winning it. He just scores shots for fun. The amount of long shots he scored, you can see on YouTube on Wigan Athletic, is sensational. He's got a good sideways pass. He doesn't like to play the ball backwards, which is a good about Powers play. He's just a forward-minded player, although doesn't mind dropping back, and it's an overall tank and a pleasure to have in Wigan Athletic. Saving the best till last, we'll go to Conor McAleny, who was on loan at Wigan for the second half of last season. Our last deadline day signing on loan from Everton, scoring 4 goals and I think 9 appearances or 11 or something, scoring 3 screamers and a sloppy tapping against Rochdale. Fantastic player. Got his Everton striker card for a bit of linked chemistry. And moving on to the main man himself, part of Wigan's last year promotion to the Championship, scoring 28 goals and making it to the Euros. He was an absolute pleasure to watch. Got him on the back of my shirt on the first day the kit was launched, before he even played a game. Fantastic. He's gone global, and listen to the words, because he is on fire. So there is the full team in swing, ready for action. I'm going to get into a couple of games, show you the gameplay, and show you how good Wigan Athletics generations over the past 10 years have been. Let's do this. Come on the Ticks. Come on, boys. The Wigan Athletic boys will be facing this opponent. Fabulous dream now. We're going in the traditional blue and white kit as we are the Blue White Army. Bring it on. Let's see the opponent's team. He has got a decent team. Bit of a hybrid. De Bruyne at centre forward could be dangerous, but despite that, we don't care because we're the Ticks and we are going up. Oh wait, we already have, and we're going to higher. We're going to be in the Champions League in 3 years. Mark my words. Up the Ticks. Come on.
Ben Watson.
Typical Wigan here, doing fantastic passing. Jokes.
Browning.
This is what they normally do. Pass it back for 85 minutes. Last season.
Here's Watson.
Put the ball into the back of the net in the last 5. Few times. There we go. Makaleni. There's no free long range shot. I don't know whether it is on Fifa. Great save from Makaleni. Good save from the goalkeeper. Wigan Athletic already pushing the pressure on the opponent. Up the Ticks. Come on.
Intercepting
Really
play
attacking
there
here at the moment.
to get his
There's no
positional
in and out.
situation right and win the ball without too much effort.
Or left. Couldn't tell. He took all his shots on whatever foot he could instead of doing a pass. It was hard to actually tell. Here we go, James Birch. Puts it in. Makaleni. 1-0 to Wigan Athletic within 8 minutes. There will be subs, but that's what our Wigan Athletic can do. Despite the opponents, we are the Ticks. Getting there. 1-0. Here we go again, counter-attacking. Typical Wigan, that's all we do. Over the top ball doesn't quite work our way. Counter-attack the opposition. De Bruyne, no match for the Wigan Athletic. 1-1 hero, Titus Browning, who did absolute jack for the club. Now McManaman using his first and page. Fantasy hasn't got an absolute clue. The ball back, Max Power, 2-0. Max Power, magnifico. Max Power, fantastico. Lo. Wigan Athletic, in my opinion, best player. 2-0. Up the Ticks. Come on. Here we go. The attacks off the opposition and it was 2-1. Disappointing defending. Gaps open in the defence. That's what Wigan are actually typically used to conceding goals like that. Typical through balls. 2-1. We have a game on. But can Wigan seduce to Gary Caldwell? I mean, Martinez is Shannon.
Browning.
Well shot on the defence.
Oh, that's a good block.
Oh, Conor McAllister should be putting the ball in the back of the net for Wigan's third. However, the ball doesn't, and Power wins the ball here. It's out to Wilshot. Wilshot puts in easy. This is Wilshot, just runs at defences. Can he hit the ball?
Well, here's a chance to show how good they are at corners and maybe increase their advantage.
Following that, possibly line. Wouldn't be surprised, but here's the legend for the corner. Watson, and he's giving the ball away cheaply, and it's caused the counter-attack for the opposition. Bain's got to keep up with him now, and that's well defended for the rating.
And that's a turnover to the opposition.
Running into the opposition.
Miralem Pjanic.
And here's Kevin De Bruyne, good tackle from James.
Given away possession. Here's Watson.
Good tackle, and there we go, wasting the ball again.
Dembele.
We need to look for a counter-attacking situation.
Able to ease the pressure by that interception.
The ball is just not getting cleared. Here we go, Perch doing well again. Throw the ball out quicker. Over the top to Makaleni. Makaleni's got to get the ball back. Here we go, Conor McManaman. Feels like he's actually a lot faster than 7-8 pace. And here he goes. What he's going to do is put back the cross goal finish. Great goal from Callum McManaman, crossbar in. That is a great finish. And his last goal for Wigan, I think, was at the crossbar against Bolton with 3-1 loss. Conveniently 3-1 up this time.
And what a strike that is.
Great finish.
Two keepers wouldn't have stopped that top left. Brilliant.
Fantastic finish, crossbar in.
Reminder, 3-1 it is now.
Wigan never loses situations. Here we go again, counter-attacking. Oh, look at this. It's just quality. The quality that Wigan possess. Here we go, Greg, you need to go in this game. Can I find him now? I find someone else. And that was Perch, I think that was a great save. Oh no, we hit the post. Benzie. Titus Browning.
Power.
Absolutely sloppy. But there is a half-time whistle. 3-1 lead. We're going to make 3 substitutions. As you can see by the stats, we are dominating the first half bring on the second, hopefully more goals. Up the shagging takes. Come on!
The manager with a
As you can see, the
substitution
second
here,
half we're bringing on
looking
team
for
of the season,
Fifa.
Andreas Blanquist,
Hopefully showing
Gomez,
himself
and
up.
Emil
Looks that way,
Heskey
doesn't it? Trying to
for, I
defend
think
that
it's
lead
Browning, Maka.
if you look at the
It's
coaching manual,
so
you don't defend like that. He's got
intimidating.
caught too square to his man
I
there.
don't know whether
Caught.
that's the right word to use, but it's just hard to understand what he's going to do. It's so unpredictable. But not in real life on the game. Just quick beated. You just move the ball from one to the other, moving it past the defender onto the other side quickly enough for them to react. Now here he is on the ball again. James Perch might have the ball there, might have the ball with power.
And he's
Ooh,
dispossessed.
tackle from the
Kevin De
opposition
Bruyne.
defender. Moving into the last minute of the game now, it is going to be game over. It's not been a very eventful second
It was an easy
period.
save
There's probably barely any
because he was
highlights
able to
except
plot
from
the path of the ball all the way into his hands.
discussion about future videos and the potential series. However, he has got a last second attack which he does put over the bar, which signals the full-time whistle. As you can see, that'll be the end of the episode. But the Wigan Athletic team winning 3-1 has prevailed and has proved it's worthy. So thank you for guys watching. Leave likes, comment, subscribe. Don't forget and don't be nervous. Thank you for everything. The support's been great recently. I've gained about 10 subscribers, which isn't a lot, but it's okay for me. And if you keep doing that, you'll make my life a lot better. See you guys in the next video in the next few days.